So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs or important news items through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. Okay. Now, I won't give any introduction for this lecture because I have given enough introduction. We have been covering this lecture series for quite some time now. And if you have been following this lecture series, you know this, that through these 4 to 5 MCQs, we are covering current affairs as well as giving you the much needed MCQ practice. Okay. And I don't need to tell you this also, that if you just spend 10 minutes with me daily on this lecture series, covering 4 to 5 MCQs, this little effort of yours in one day would amount to more than 1200 MCQs in 1 year. Okay, so by the time you're ready for your next year's prelims examination, you would have practiced 1200 MCQs from current affairs alone. I'm not talking about static subjects like polity, history, geography, economy, just current affairs. And I need not explain to you, I don't need to explain to you the importance of current affairs for this examination, civil service examination. You know that better than me. All right. So let's straight away jump to question number 1. Today we are going to be discussing 21st August 2024's current affairs through 5 MCQs. Okay. So let's straight away jump to question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding 2+2 ministerial dialogue. It is a bilateral meeting between foreign and defense ministers from India and their counterparts in other countries. Okay. India has 2+2 dialogue with USA and Japan only. India's first 2+2 dialogue was with Japan. Okay. Now, how many of the above statements are correct? Look, what do we mean by 2+2 dialogue? So, India is going to have bilateral summits with different countries. And in that bilateral summit, 2 ministers from India and 2 ministers from that other country, let's call it X. Okay? 2 ministers from India, 2 ministers from that other country would participate. It would be a meeting of 4 ministers, 2 from India, 2 from country X. Okay? And these 2 ministers would also be handling only these 2 portfolios. Foreign, so in India it's S. Shankar, and defense, Rajnath Singh ji. Okay, so foreign minister and defense minister from India and their counterparts in X country, country X. This is known as 2+2 ministerial dialogue. Alright, so it is a bilateral meeting between foreign and defense ministers from India and their counterparts in other countries. Okay, now India has this type of ministerial meeting with a selected group of countries only. Okay, this X can be USA. This X is basically USA. So India has 2+2 dialogue with USA, Japan, UK, Australia, and Russia. So India basically has this 2+2 dialogue with 5 countries. Okay, so this is not correct. It's not with USA and Japan only. It is with these 5 countries. So this is false. Now, the first ever 2+2 dialogue was held with USA in 2018. Then it was Japan in 2019. Then it was Australia, then UK, then Russia. Okay, so USA was the first country with which India held a 2+2 dialogue, not Japan. So only one is correct. Answer is A. Okay. Question number 2. Consider the following regarding anaphylaxis. It is a severe life-threatening form of allergic reaction. Adrenaline injections are given in for severe cases of anaphylaxis. Epinephrine is a hormone medication that relaxes muscles in airways and constricts blood vessels. Which of the above statements are correct? Now look, what is anaphylaxis? Anaphylaxis is a severe allergic reaction. Now, what is an allergic reaction? There are certain substances which you are allergic to. Some people are allergic to. So, for example, there are some people who are allergic to peanuts. You and I are not allergic to peanuts, so we may consume peanuts and nothing would happen to us. But people who are allergic to peanuts, as soon as peanuts enter their body, their immune system starts to react. Why? Because they are allergic to peanuts. So, our immune systems consider these peanuts enemies of the body. Okay, so whoever is allergic to peanuts, their immune system considers peanuts to be foreign body, and as soon as peanuts enter their body, their immune system starts to produce antibodies. It reacts, which leads to an allergic reaction. Okay, now this allergic reaction can be severe, and when it's severe, it's fatal also, unless treated in the hospital. Now this allergic reaction, a severe form of allergic reaction, is known as anaphylaxis. Okay, severe case of anaphylaxis can cause even death. Okay, Now, some people are allergic to peanuts, some people are allergic to milk, some people are allergic to certain kinds of antibiotics, some are allergic to certain insect bites. Okay, some are allergic to pollen, some are allergic to what you call it, vaccines, right? So different people are allergic to different substances. Now, these things which cause an allergic reaction are known as allergens. Okay, so allergens are those substances that cause an allergic reaction. Now, if your allergic reaction is severe, you're hospitalized, and when you're hospitalized, you're given epinephrine injections. You're given epinephrine injections. Now, these epinephrine injections, what is epinephrine? So, epinephrine is basically a hormone. When this hormone is injected in your body, it relaxes your muscles and constricts your blood vessels, because of which your allergic reaction subsides. So, in case of emergency, epinephrine injections are given. Okay, but recently USA, a pharmaceutical company in USA, has developed a nasal spray also. A nasal spray that contains epinephrine to cure allergic reactions. Okay. Now, epinephrine has another name called adrenaline. So, the adrenaline hormone in your body is also known as epinephrine. Okay. So, adrenaline injections are given in for severe cases of anaphylaxis. Absolutely correct. Epinephrine is a hormone medication that relaxes muscles and constricts blood vessels. This is also correct. The correct answer would be D. All right. Question number 3. Which of the following statements regarding Mars InSight lander are correct? It was launched by European Space Agency in 2018 and it retired in 2022. The lander was equipped with seismometer to detect Mars quake waves. Okay. All right. Now, look. Mars InSight lander basically was launched by NASA. And it was launched in 2018 and it retired in 2022. These things are absolutely correct. Not by European Space Agency, by NASA. Okay. Now, basically what happened was that recently a study was conducted based on the data from Mars InSight lander, which proved that under Martian crust there is oceans full of liquid water. And that is why Mars InSight lander was in news. Now, this lander basically had a seismometer to detect earthquake waves. But earthquakes would be called Marsquake because they are on Mars. Okay, so the lander was equipped with seismometer to detect Marsquake waves. This is absolutely correct. Only 2. Answer is B. All right. Now, question number 4. Consider the following regarding sexual harassment of women at workplace. So, Supreme Court's Vishakha guidelines dealt with the issue until POSH Act 2013 was passed. Okay. Justice Hema Committee report deals with sexual harassment in Hindi film industry. POSH Act 2013 mandates the formation of an internal complaints committee at workplaces to handle these complaints. Okay. Which of the above statements are correct? Now, look. India's female labor force participation rate is quite low, one of the lowest in the world. Okay, women do not choose to work. That is why our female labor force participation rate is quite low. Now, one of the reasons of low female labor force participation rate is one of the reasons that women don't feel their workplaces are safe. They fear their physical safety. They fear their sexual safety also, because sexual harassment is a reality at workplaces. So, to protect females from sexual harassment at workplace, POSH Act was passed. Prevention of Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act. Okay, it was passed. All right. Now, it was passed in 2013. But before POSH Act, how did India deal with these cases, complaints related to sexual harassment at workplace? Okay, so Supreme Court basically passed Vishakha guidelines in 1997. Before POSH Act, Vishakha guidelines used to deal with the cases of sexual harassment at workplace. All right, so this is correct. Justice Hema Committee report deals with sexual harassment in Malayalam film industry, not Hindi film industry. And last, POSH Act 2013 mandates the formation of an internal complaints committee at workplace to handle these complaints. Yes, POSH Act says that every establishment should have an internal complaints committee to handle the cases of or complaints of sexual harassment. And for gathering evidence, this internal complaints committee has the power of a civil court. So this is correct. 1 and 3 are correct. C. And last, consider the following statements regarding water spouts. It is a large column of air, mist rotating over a water body. High humidity, low water temperatures are some of the conditions for water spout formation. Tornadic water spouts are more destructive than fair weather water spouts. Which of the above statements is correct? Now, recently, a luxury yacht off the coast of Sicily, Italy, got destroyed by a water spout. One person died and 6 are missing. Now, this has brought water spouts into the news. Now, what are water spouts? You must have heard about tornadoes, right? So, tornadoes are formed on land. When these tornadoes are formed on a body of water, they are known as water spouts. It is a large column of air and mist rotating over a water body. Yes, this is absolutely correct. Now, what are the conditions of water spout formation? It is high temperature. Okay, high temperature of water body. In fact, the condition is that the temperature of water should be higher than the overlying air. Okay, water body's temperature should be higher than that of air. Number one. Number two is high humidity. These are the two conditions for water spout formation. So high humidity is correct, but low, no. High water temperatures. Okay. Now there are two types of water spouts. Tornadic water spouts, which are more destructive. Fair weather water spouts. As the name suggests, fair weather water spouts are formed in a calm weather. They are not destructive, but tornadic water spouts are quite destructive. Okay. But tornadic water spouts are not that frequent. Fair weather water spouts are less destructive, but they are very common. Okay, so this is correct. The answer is again C. Okay, 1 and 3 only. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'm sure it added value to your preparation, though it would add more value if you're regular, consistent with this lecture series. All right, so make sure this lecture series is a part of your daily routine. And with that hope, I'm signing off today. Thank you, everyone.